anti-Semitic leader of Islam, Louis Farrakhan. It was part of a protest led by Reverend Al Sharpton and groups like Black Lives Matter, urging lawmakers to condemn President Trump instead.
We got some black radicals up here in Congress. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We have disguised ourselves in suits and ties, and we are some cold-blooded militant people.
So why aren't more Democrats distancing themselves from a man who likens himself to Hitler? And what if it was the other way around? Joining me now is the Director of Urban Engagement at Turning Point USA, Candace Owens. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Candace. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So what is your take on all of this?
Look, I think it's dark and it's ironic, and what we're seeing take place on the left is that a form of extremism is starting to take place. You can't even get me started on Al Sharpton. I mean, as a Black American, I fundamentally take great issue with a lot of the things that he's done here. We're talking about a man that has frauded the Black community over the last 40 years, now taking a platform and telling us that we should be aligning ourselves with Louis Farrakhan, who is a known anti-Semite. And this is the same platform on the left that they tell us that we should be worried about Trump because he's racist, because he's sexist, because he's literally Hitler, their favorite thing to say. And yet they align themselves with somebody who is a known anti-Semite. Just consider that for a second.
And what they're doing specifically, they're protesting this House resolution. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? It was introduced by Republican Indiana Representative Todd Rokita, and it formally condemns Farrakhan's anti-Semitism.
Yes, exactly, as it should. We should be condemning his anti-Semitism. This is a form of extremism. It makes perfect sense, but what they tend to do a lot, and when Al Sharpton is involved, what you know is going to take place is that we're going to see the Black community, he's going to extort their pain and emotion and try to get them to vote and think a different way for things, policies that do not make sense. He does this over and over again. He pushes Democratic policies that fundamentally hurt the Black community and make entirely no sense, but he thinks that he can do that because he's Al Sharpton, a civil rights leader, which he couldn't be further from a civil rights leader.
So that's my question. Speaking of voting, why are Democrats so hesitant to distance themselves from Louis Farrakhan?
Because the voter market, that's what it comes down to. The Democrats are losing a battle right now. They see that happening every single day, and they're not going to tip the scales any more than they're already tipped. They're going to keep as many people as they can in this form of extremism. You see Black Lives Matter involved. Talk about another extreme hate group that doesn't make any sense ideologically. We are seeing in our communities that they've actually raised, the Black homicide rate has gone up 17% since they've gotten involved because police no longer want to answer the calls because of their unfair war on our police. So, I mean, what it comes down to is none of it makes any sense, but what we're seeing is desperation on the left right now.
So this is a prequel, we're also told, to this upcoming march. It happens Saturday, April 21st, the 10,000 Black Men's March against Donald J. Trump.
I don't even get me started on this. It makes fundamentally no sense. There is no facts involved in this whatsoever. Blacks are better off today than they were when Obama was in office. Black unemployment is at an all-time low because of some of his policies. What we're seeing take place right now is that Donald Trump is encouraging us to end this system of government dependence, and people like Al Sharpton and the left and the Democrats are fighting to make sure that Black remain their ideological slaves.
All right, Candace, thank you so much for joining us. I've been wanting to have you on our hour of Fox and Friends First, so we appreciate you coming in early. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.